What is up, Sooner Nation? I hope you had a terrific Thursday. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge Double Trouble. Thanks for being here. As always, super appreciative of all the viewers that we have on a nightly basis. You guys and gals are unlike any other. No other channel that I see has the consistency that you guys bring to this every night. And, of course, we're faithful to be on here every night. And big shout out to you joining us tonight. Yeah, you got the Shrine Bowl going. We'll get to that in a second. But first, right off the bat, got to say, check out the Fan Stop, okay? Subscribe to the shirt of the month. Use the code SURGE. First 3 months, you'll get 10% off and hop on board. Thefanstop.com. Check it out. Good evening, Jay. Thanks for being on here and already promoting our channel by telling people to like and by joining Sooner Surge Unlimited. Get on board with that. You like Jeremy, the Hawaiian tonight?
Nice shirt, Ryan Day. Looks good, man.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Hookem? How are you tonight?
I'm channeling my inner DG, and I hope I can. Here's what I'm doing. I'm channeling my inner DG and trying to focus on one thing the whole time.
Hey, have you been in a tanning boot bed or something?
It's called track and field practice.
Oh, you look kind of like you've been.
Did you hear what I said, Jay?
Yeah, focus on one thing.
Focus on Dude, one guy.
I had a long day today. Long day. And before we get started, man, I got to say something. We got people, anybody on here big fan of Brahms at all?
Oh, please.
Are you?
I like their ice cream, Jay.
Well, I'm just going to leave it at that. Not a big Brahms fan, but let's move on. Hey.
Must have had a bad Brahms experience.
Had a very bad experience. Okay, moving on. Hey, Shrine Bowl.
Drake Stoops got a 2-point conversion. Hasn't had the ball thrown his way from what I've seen.
He's been busy blocking, dude. Been busy blocking.
Absolutely. Brahms sauce is good, Easy Street. My son
Brahms is the most overrated fast food restaurant in the state of Oklahoma for sure. It doesn't matter if it was in Oklahoma or not, Hunter. It's bad. It's bad. Okay. Let's just stop with it right now on it. Hey, Jeremy.
I'm here, Jay.
Somebody put on there he caught a touchdown. He just caught a 2-point conversion. That's all he's done.
Correct.
Did you watch any of Baker tonight?
I walked in my house at 9:24 and got on here at 9:30. So no, I didn't, but I did see a clip on Twitter about it, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, he had some jokes. Did you see Moser today, what he said?
Okay. No, I see what Sooner fan says, and I'm sorry. If that's his opinion, again.
Jeremy, you didn't watch it.
Chalk it up again. Another thing I don't like about Porter Moser then.
What? It was he was dude, you need to go watch the clip. That's what you need.
Okay. I thought Sooner fans was implying that don't bother him about it. It's not a big deal.
Well, he was saying you'd have to watch the clip to really understand it. They got to be better free throw shooting, that's for sure. But it is what it is. They're going to have struggles in free throws. That's just part of it.
They lost to Texas Tech because of free throws highly, is what you said, Jay. And against K-State, they could have been up 25 in the first half, and they weren't.
Yeah, I did not see. What did CeeDee Lamb participate in? I saw Marvin Mims with the punt catch. Listen, guys, this skills thing's weak. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't care how many balls a punt returner can catch. I don't care. They're only catching one ball, okay, in a game. I don't care if they can catch 6 or 7. I really don't. Could care less.
Lori, I'm going Whataburger 7 days out of a week, 24/7 on that.
100%. Way better. Even if I'm not in Texas, I'm choosing Whataburger.
Okay? I'm kind of I get all geeky about even the wrapper. They wrap it in with little stickers. It's legit at Whataburger.
Hey, Sooner fan, you can't do anything. The Pro Bowl's week. The only way you can make the Pro Bowl better is do it after the Super Bowl and get the best players and say, you know what? We're going to play a real dang game, and there's going to be money on the line. That's the only way you could really make it worth anything good, is do it like mid-February, which most people who don't want to do it because they're going to be traveling and on vacation. But if you want to make it worth their while, you got to pay them. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to risk it.
NBA All-Star Weekend next weekend.
Wait, what? Wait, what is Mess talking about? Maybe weak, but they are performing in front of college football
at the Shrine Bowl.
I didn't say the Shrine Bowl was weak.
You said the skills challenge, I think.
That's the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Mez is talking Shrine Bowl.
No, Mez says Pro Bowl. I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay.
Mez is not saying Pro Bowl if they're in front of college football prospects.
And Hunter, I mean, In-N-Out's good, but Shake Shack's better.
In-N-Out's legit.
Shake Shack's better. Okay, all caps wrong. Okay, Hunter, your opinion. You know what? Your taste in food is different than mine. Why does it matter? Okay, doesn't mean I'm wrong. You may be wrong. You may be
Never
wrong.
know. Hey, Double Monster, where is that at?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Hey, pretty quiet, really, in OU land.
Yeah, right now it is. What would you expect?
Not much, Jay.
How about? Do you want to talk about Iowa today?
Okay, we have to bring this up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Clem Curry, maybe related to Calvin Curry, big-time shooter from OU, with the real Slim Currys. Please stand up. But Iowa, I'm sorry when you put yourself – I'm done with this reporting yourself so that no one will do anything to you. Let's be honest, cheaters, and it's not a big deal. I'm done with it.
Jeremy, but let me ask you this. If your kid gets in trouble and comes to you first and tells you they did something wrong, is that better than them hiding it?
Yes.
So why are you bashing Iowa? They at least admitted it.
There should still be a consequence, Jay.
I agree, but there's not going to be.
It's Groundhog Day is one of the top 5 all-time movies, comedies.
Who's asking about movies?
Well, Punxsutawney Phil going to see his shadow tomorrow.
Oh, is tomorrow Groundhog Day?
Absolutely it is.
Oh, didn't know.
Absolutely is.
Interesting.
Yeah, hey, I get that it's NCAA compliance. Mez says Iowa should be tampered. Sorry, Iowa's tampering should be fined $1 million for that, doing that. What is going on here?
What is going on, dude? Whack. 6 more weeks of winter, Jeremy.
6 more weeks of winter for sure.
Why do you say that?
What do you mean? Why do I say that?
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Because I watched the GOAT, Aaron Tuttle, and he said there's going to be a lot of winter. Hey, Mez, NFL. Oh, I lagged out, I guess. Mez, NFL is totally different. They actually have a commissioner and actual follow through with some things.
And Lane says, will the NCAA call out Missouri for tampering, or will anyone call them out? Listen, I don't think there's going to be any school called out for tampering. How are you going to – I don't understand how you would even – how are you going to rule that they did something wrong? I mean, because they talked to a player, what are you going to do, log their phone conversation? I mean, there's no way – you're not going to prevent it.
Not to mention nothing's happened when anyone has cheated.
Man, Mark, this is Mark, every day you just get better and better, bro. Keep Jay on the right because he's always right. That's right.
If you
good job, Mark. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Jay, if you can't sense sarcasm from Mark, obviously
that's not sarcasm. That's truth. The truth, okay, buddy.
Yeah, whatever. And Lane, you're right. Oh, wait. First, Lori, the hash browns and the bacon, egg, cheese biscuit, unreal, unbelievable at Chick-fil-A. But hey, you're right, Lane. You have to investigate. No one wants to do a darn thing about it.
Nobody's going to do anything about it, Jeremy.
Agreed.
But Iowa did not need to come out and say that. Everybody already knew they did it. Caden Proctor said it. I mean, so.
No, and what happened is that got out, social media, and then Iowa said, we better say something.
That's right. They had to say something at that point, right? They weren't gonna. It's kind of like you got caught. You better say something.
What's been the top 5 biggest investigated NCAA deals? I mean, Obviously, SMU's number one.
Well, I mean, you're going down a rabbit hole here, dude.
Yeah, I am. And you're right, Lane. If the rules don't get enforced, why even have anything? And that's the situation.
Who's enforcing them, Jeremy? Who?
What?
Who?
Someone.
Who?
I don't know. Someone.
I'm asking you right now who is.
Baylor is up there.
Penn State. Somebody said Penn State.
Penn State, Baylor, SMU.
What about
Those
Texas?
are probably three of the worst.
What about Craig James in a locker room cage or whatever that was? Texas
Craig
Tech.
James was SMU, the pony.
No, his son.
That was Texas Tech.
That's what I'm saying. Remember that one?
Yes. Absolutely.
And Mark, listen. I agree with what you're saying. If the guys want to enter the portal and go somewhere else, that's fine. And if they want to talk to other coaches during it, I don't really have a problem with it. It's going to happen. I don't know what the big deal is, to be honest. Do you?
Yeah, I have a problem with it.
If it's not enforced, what can you do about it, Jeremy?
Look, as a teacher, it doesn't matter if it needs to be enforced.
I agree, but it's not going to be.
Miami did get death sentence. Hey, is Deion Burks the real deal? I'm going to say yes.
I think it remains to be seen, but I think he could be.
Jay's the oldest by 6 minutes, Mars Jam.
Correct.
6 minutes. Holds it over me all the
I think
time.
Burks will have a good year.
Hey, let's just say this about Deion Burks. The amount of the expectations with Deion Burks is 10 times surmounting the expectations with Andrew Anthony last year, and Andrew Anthony was really good.
I think Andrew Anthony was a bigger surprise than people thought. I don't think people expected him to be that good.
Right, but I'm saying the expectations for Burks is far higher.
I agree. I think people expect him to come in and contribute big time. I do.
Yeah. I mean, and again, Jay, here we go. If he does, Jalil Farouk cannot play.
Well, the spots are going to be limited this year. That's for sure. And you can admit that. So,
and Jay, Mark Andrews did save a woman's life on an airplane today.
I did see that story. That was awesome. Bobby, appreciate
it.
Bobby, he's a Sooner Surge Unlimited member. Appreciate it, bud.
What are you waiting on? Get on the unlimited train.
Hey, he says, this is a great question, by the way. Which one of our transfer portal players had the biggest impact in 24? Which portal player has no impact? Who is the sleeper? Nobody is expecting to have an impact. This is a great question. I'll start out with the first one. Biggest impact? I'm going to say Bauer Sharp. Tight end. That's my guess. Okay.
I'm saying Deion Burks' biggest impact.
Okay.
I'm going to say no impact is the backup kicker, and the sleeper of the group, in my opinion, I'm going to go Bauer Sharp as the sleeper. I'll go Jake Roberts as the sleeper.
And here's what I'll do. I'll go sleeper, the running back out of middle.
No one's talking about Samuel Franklin.
Franklin. That's my sleeper. No impact. I'm going to say Michael Tarquin. But I will say this. I will say this about sleeper. And the guy not to sleep on is Woolard, defensive end. I'm telling you, Woolard's going to be pretty good.
I don't really want to do this tonight, but I'm going to do it. And I want Hunter, because I'm going to answer Colby's question. Farouk is not terrible. Where's all the shade coming from? Well, the shade's coming from the fact that ball security was non-existent second half. And okay, here we go. Mez says sleeper Trace Ford. He's been in the league 9 years. I can't call him a sleeper anymore. And I want someone to drop Farouk's stats from last year up here. I see the 700 yards. I want catches, stats, and TDs. Go. Catches, yards, TD right now.
Who?
And by the way, Kip Lewis can't be a sleeper if he's not from the transfer portal as far as the questions. And I'm going to give you two other reasons Farouk, in my opinion, should be limited in playing time. You ready for him, Jay?
I'm ready. I'm waiting.
Outside of ball security, here we go. 1, no separation. Stop. 2, does not go up and make a play. I can count one. I can count one time where he went one-on-one with the guy in the air and came down with the ball.
But all these things
in his entire career.
Jeremy, all these things you're saying about him, okay? Other than he fumbled the ball, that's a bad thing. The rest of it, he's in the wrong position, dude. So stop bashing him when he's been in the wrong position.
Agreed. He should be in slot. I'll give you that.
He's not a jump ball down the field type receiver.
They waited too long to put him in slot, Jay. He's not playing for Deion Burks.
And Jimmy, I don't think he drops a lot of passes. I mean, he drops. I wouldn't say a lot.
I wouldn't call him a pass dropper, but for Colby to say that I said DG is garbage, you didn't listen enough. Never said he was garbage. I said he was good. That's it. That's all he's ever going to be. Good. Mid, as the kids would say. He's mid.
Clem says Jacoby Johnson. That's a player to watch for sure, Clem. 100%. There's the answers. There's the answer about Farouk right there.
First, before I get to the stats, go back to Tanya. Tanya, unbelievable. Every single night, like clockwork, Tanya's shipment is amazing. Appreciate you, Tanya.
Hope they were worried about it. People were worried about it. She's amazing.
Mez, 45 receptions, 694 yards, 15.4 per catch, playing outside, which isn't his natural position. Now, you put that up there, that's better than I thought.
2 touchdowns.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 TDs sucks, and I can't get the ball security issues out of my brain. Can't.
Yeah, people were worried about Tanya.
People were worried about Tanya.
Tanya's the GOAT, period.
Hey,
end of the story.
Just like Tanya, clockwork every night. Listen.
Already watching softball. Look at that.
Already watching last year's games. That's amazing. We're a week away, guys. Week away.
Can't wait.
Hey, Jay, before someone talks about Brahms shops are dirty, I tell you what's amazing. Hop on the Fan Stop. Go check it out, okay? Get on the shirt subscription, Shirt of the Month Club. It's unbelievable. You will not be disappointed. Maybe you'll be disappointed with Farouk and the ball security, but you will not be disappointed in how secure they are. Take care of you at the Fan Stop. Go hop on. Someone said my nephew. What was that?
That was Lori talking about Great Wolf Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge, I've heard, is pretty cool, but it's pricey.
It's
like
Brendan Thompson.
You like indoor water park. Brendan Thompson is the fastest player on the team.
Yes. Oh, Tanya. Tanya got the shirt in today. Awesome.
The welcome shirt?
It's the welcome shirt, right? Yeah, it's a great one. Soft, really good. You'll get a new OU shirt every single month with the subscription.
Softball might be my favorite sport, Colby says. Listen, look what the women's sports is doing at Oklahoma. Jenny Baranchik, OU women's basketball, OU women's softball, OU women's gymnastics. I mean, do I need to move on anymore? What else?
No.
Soccer's getting better.
Can I talk about Dow Post's comment here? And here's what I would say. You guys all may be flabbergasted right now. I don't think Farouk's a bum either. I think Farouk can play okay. Here's the problem, like I said earlier. They waited too many years to move him to the slot. It's too late. He's not playing over Burks.
Jeremy, what kind of face is that?
You know what I mean, Vern?
Jeremy, why can I not have an opinion, but you can say whatever the heck
you want? So he's going to play over Burks? Okay.
I don't know if he's going to play over who, but I think he's going to play. I don't know what in your mind thinks he's not playing.
Where?
Jeremy? David Agwebu played.
If you want to say he's a backup, I got you.
No, David Agwebu played. He didn't deserve to play. He played. Trace Ford played.
Okay. You know my thoughts on Trace Ford.
Play?
I think he'll be a backup.
Dude, you are wild. The last 3 nights, I'm concerned about your health. Really am.
I'm concerned with anyone on here who thinks he should start.
I don't know about starting. I don't know. I think it's a competitive, and may the best 3 or 4 win. But to say he's just should not be on the team is kind of outrageous.
Alan, yeah, our in-laws are from Columbia. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I may be eating crow next year because if they find a way to get him on the field and he plays absolutely amazing, I'll eat the crow. But based on what I've seen and the guys that are in that room, I don't think he should. Now I got to go back to Eric because Eric's on here talking about the defense. If Hunter wants to find that comment, saying that the OU defense basically let me down just like Jalil Farouk. There were some games they did. It wasn't even on the level of Farouk. We can't compare a defense versus one player.
Why?
Because I'm not.
Why?
Because the defense was holding Arizona down like everything. The best that anyone had all season with that quarterback.
Take away the bowl game. Bowl game doesn't matter.
It didn't matter to last year. It matters for this year.
But last year, the defense had some times where they struggled, did they not?
Absolutely they did.
Okay.
Absolutely they did, Jay. The untimeliness of the turnovers was the major thing.
It wasn't just Farouk on the I mean, DG had a pick 6 on Kansas.
The TCU game was atrocious defense. It was an embarrassment.
Agreed.
Kyla Anderson, the newest Sooner Surge Unlimited member, in trouble if Farouk is playing much. I don't know about in trouble, but
okay. But let me ask you this: why last year, before we even started doing YouTube, Jeremy, before we got on YouTube, you were high on Farouk. So this year, so bad year, you're going to say he's done.
Yes.
Because
I wouldn't say done. I'd say he needs to be a backup. And I'm going to tell you why again. I want you to answer this question, Jay. That's all I want.
I'll answer it. Ask me it.
I'll make it very simple for you.
Okay.
You got one ball. You got one ball to catch. Who you taking, Farouk or Gibson? Go. The fact that you're thinking about,
what kind of ball? A jump ball? I'm going Gibson.
Okay, Farouk or Anthony?
Are you talking down the field or a slant?
You do just the same things I did.
No, that's totally different, dude.
Look, I agree with everyone. I hope Farouk has moved to the slot. My problem is, who's he going to play over in the slot? Is Burks not going to be in the slot? Is Petaway not going to be in the slot?
Listen,
is Brendan Thompson?
Here, let me just clear all this up. The fact of the matter is this. They got a bunch of dudes in the wide receiver room that can play. Now, to me, just like you, Jeremy, said last year that Jackson Arnold is going to push DG to be better. Was DG better last year?
Yes.
Do you not think the same thing's going to be the same with Farouk? If he doesn't play good in practice, especially, he's not playing. So,
Jason, just answer this. Are you going to be disappointed if Farouk is a starting receiver next year?
It depends, Jeremy.
No, so if he's starting, then either Anderson, Gibson, or Burks isn't.
Jeremy, I don't know. I'm not a coach. I mean, we'll see who plays. I just you're like throwing guys out on the curb, and you haven't even given them a chance here. So
give them a.
We can argue about it all day long. Okay, and listen, hey, Jonathan, he may be right. All I'm saying is I think Farouk's going to be better this year. He's going to have to be or he's not playing. He's going to be pushed.
And Mark
ball
says
security is an issue, 100%.
Mark means we didn't improve. Monty talks about the yak, yards after catch. He'll be in the slot. And I'll agree with Bobby. He's as loyal as they come. I agree. Loyal as they come. And Colby, I highly disagree with this comment.
I disagree too. The most
before the transfer portal, you were 100% right, Colby. Tight end was the most concerning. Now, it's actually a really good tight end room. It's really good tight end room. Bauer Sharp, Jake Roberts, Devon Mitchell, and Caden Helms. That is really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to be very impressed with the tight end room, I think.
Yeah, I think Helms will be healthy. I do.
How many times a week do I go to church? Well,
I go twice at least.
Every Sunday, I don't miss.
Wednesday.
I'm there on Wednesdays helping out. And part of Tuesday, I have a little men's Bible study I'm with. So, hey, church is the people. It's not even the building, but I go to the building too.
Hey, I saw Hookem on here. Are you still thinking that Texas is not going to have 1 or 2 losses? I mean, are you sold on Texas being good again next year, or you think they're falling down a little bit?
I said I think they have 2 to 3 losses.
Okay, that's fair.
Jonathan, you're right. General Booty's loyal. I don't see him playing.
I think it's more 1 to 2, but O-line is most concerning. I think most unproven, yes. Most concerning, probably yes, because you don't know. I think
it was Tyler mentioned Salchuk as far as his health. Look, Jay mentioned a guy with Samuel Franklin, I think has not been mentioned enough, okay? I am very curious what he brings. And I think that the running back room is fairly deep. So, and if they're going to play 2 guys, that'll make a difference. Fanstop says the Yak will be better with – and now, hey, this is a good point, and here's why, Jay. And again, have you heard the announcers lately? 5 years ago, here was the buzzword for announcers, Jay. It was catch it in space, get them in space. Now the buzzword is the quarterbacks have to throw them open. You heard that phrase?
Oh, yeah.
Arnold will throw the guys open, and I think that's what the fan stop is doing. And by the way, the fan stop right there, you can see the logo too. Hop on board it. Check it out. Use the code SURGE and get 10% off the first 3 months. Well worth it. Tanya already got the shirt, she said, in the mail. So, yeah.
And here's the thing about Farouk. I think Mess said it up here. That's the thing he's best at is yards after catch. And
yeah, but he didn't woo me and wow me last year.
The Texas game, he was pretty good.
So we're going to pick one game.
And the year before, he was really good.
Drake Stoops was good all year in Yak.
I think it's fair to say he had his struggles with ball security, but I don't think it's over the top to say he can come back next year and be just like he was the year before. I don't see any problem with that.
Mark, I'm not gonna say Arnold throws the DBs open right now. I think it's way too early, but I do think he's got a different type of arm than what Dylan Gabriel threw out there. And I'll tell you what, if it takes me 1 second to get you the ball on a flare pass or 1.6 seconds to get the ball there, I'll go with the guy that takes 1 second because that means he's going to have more space to run with. And I think the fan stop could have been talking about that too, how quickly it gets out of his arm.
Dalpost, what are you talking about here? You say this is why I support Caden Green getting his bag, no loyalty from anybody. Are you talking about no loyalty from like Jeremy arguing about Farouk? I'm confused. Is it
okay? I hope that's what Dalpost is saying because I'm gonna get ready to have a rant.
I think that's what Dalpost is saying, Jeremy.
If that's what Dalpost is saying, I'm getting ready to go off. I'll wait.
Drop it in the chat, Dalpost. Is that what you're talking about? And let me, while we're waiting on that, I got a good trivia question tonight. And what fans dissing Farouk in general? There you go.
Okay.
Jeremy Rant.
Listen. First off, as a fan, and look, I'm not on the inside. I can pretty much say what I want, and I do. These guys are getting an education and paid thousands and thousands of dollars. As a fan, I have the right to criticize a player and how they play. Will I ever criticize who they are as a person? No. I've sat on here night in, night out and said Farouk is a loyal Sooner. I've appreciated it. But I'm talking on the field, he has not gotten the job done. He stayed around, but he hasn't gotten the job done. He had a great game against Texas. Yes, he did. But if we're going to say that OU fans can't criticize players, and I think I've criticized in an okay way. I'm not being disrespectful.
And first off, if you've listened to the show, I think me and Jeremy both have said if guys want to leave and make more money, go do it. That's up to them. I'm not going to bash anybody for leaving. It's the way Caden Green left that I did bash, okay? But He wants to go to Missouri. Go for Missouri. Get more money. That's what you need to do. Make as much money as you can. The NFL longevity is not there. And the second thing is this. You do not come to the University of Oklahoma to play football and not expect fans to have an opinion or criticize. That's the University of Oklahoma. That's any blue blood in college football, okay? That's not going to change. If you don't want that, then you're probably going to have to go play for a smaller school because that's called passion, and the fans have passion, and they're going to say what they want to say. So
I really like what Chris says. Welcome, Chris. And here's what I'm going to say, Jay. I have no problem with Farouk getting in next year. I hope Emmett Jones goes with 5 to 7 guys. Now, there are 3 or 4 that need to play the majority of the downs, but yeah, slide guys in, move guys around, but there should be 3 or 4 main guys. And yes, Farouk coming off as a second guy, I'm fine with that.
Hey, and the fact of the matter is, Mark, you're right on this, is that there's going to be players that never make it to the NFL that got their career, whatever they're going to do after college, so they are set up in a really good way because of the NIL. So I think it's great for these college athletes to get paid. I do.
Yes.
I don't have any problem with it. And if a coach can daggum leave, a player can leave. No problem.
Ron, he may have a big year. We don't know. I'm not saying he's not going to have a big year. I just, for one, would rather have other guys have the chance first. He's been there, hasn't panned out as much as they thought he was, period.
Yeah, hey, trivia. You ready?
We're ready.
Hunter.
Let's do some trivia.
First, let's see the winner from January. Hunter, drop the winner
January
right now.
trivia winner.
The winner for January was...
Pop it on there, Hunter. Tell us who it is.
Jay Jones.
Jay Jones.
The winner for January. Good job, Jay. So today's February 1st, starting off a new month. Here we go. This is the anniversary of Jermaine Gresham signing with Oklahoma, as a bunch of other guys, Gerald McCoy, others. I'm going to stick with Jermaine Gresham. And what I want to know is, in his last year there at Oklahoma, how many multiple touchdown games did he have that season?
Jermaine Gresham.
Multiple touchdown games did Jermaine Gresham have in his last season at Oklahoma?
Oklahoma kid, Jay.
It is not 4. Steve
He was an Oklahoma kid, Jay.
Not 7, Sooner fan.
You know that, Jay?
Yeah. Not 6.
He was unbelievable tight end. There it is.
Dalpos, 5, correct.
Early lead for Dalpos of February.
Even had 2 in the 5 games with 2 touchdowns or more.
He was not from Lawton, was he?
5 games with 2. I mean, what?
I thought he was Ardmore.
Ardmore. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Other than him, what tight end catches multiple TDs at Oklahoma? Multiple games. Not that many.
No, even Mark Andrews until he got to the NFL.
Mark Andrews would be the next one, but
he
5
was good.
is
Trent Smith and Steven Alexander were pretty good in the end zone.
I thought Gresham would have a longer NFL career.
He battled some injuries, Jay.
Yeah, I thought he would have a longer NFL career. He's stud.
Antonio Perkins was from Lawton. He was someone asked about the return game with Farouk. Tell you, Antonio Perkins was really good in the return
What
game.
about Deion Burks running punts back?
I don't know if they're going to go with the starter if you got other guys. That's the thing.
True.
And I'm going to believe it's going to be Freeman till I see otherwise. Till I see otherwise, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Zion Reagan's returning punts. Hunter, we're 35 minutes in. Let's get a top 5 question here, top 5 list. Again, use the code SURGE for the fan stop. Go check out the fanstop.com. Check out, listen, it's not just OU shirts. I know we have some Texas fans on here. I know we have Ole Miss on here.
Yeah, I don't think Texas is a part of it.
Texas is not yet, but we have Ole Miss on here. There's 50 colleges. Tell your friends, tell your family members who are college sports fans to check out the Fan Stop and use the code SURGE, 10% off the first 3 months. And again, I'm not saying this just to say it. You don't want to miss the March OU shirt. That's all I'm going to say. Top 5 list, Hunter.
And Colby, you're right about Bowen. You're right. Bowen should be running punchback. He's that good. Watching him in high school, the guy was elite punt returner. Elite.
Freeman is our Rudy. That's top 5 for tonight. Top 5 college basketball. Is this OU, Hunter, or is it just of all time?
Man, that's a tough question. Anyone. Holy moly.
Okay. Let me think on this.
That is a tough one. You have to go Maravich.
Hey, let me think for a second, Jay.
Oh, okay, Jeremy.
I got 3 right now. I got 4 right now.
EPL up.
And I got 5.
Oh,
here we go. You ready?
Mark, that's a great one. Christian Leitner.
You ready, Jay? I had Leitner on mine. I'm going Christian Leitner at 5. I'm going 4, Danny Manning. I'm going 3, Grant Hill. I'm going 2, Pete Maravich. And I'm going 1, a shocker here. Played 1 year in college. Carmelo Anthony.
Anthony's got to be in there. There's a couple names.
There it is. There's 5 right there, Jay.
There's a couple names you didn't mention. I think Bo Kimball. Why are you looking at me like that?
Loyola, he was really good at Loyola.
I'm talking college player. The other one is Mark Price in college.
Wayman Tisdale. How'd I leave Wayman Tisdale?
Durant had a great year. You know who else you're talking about? You're talking about guys that had great college careers. People forget this guy, but Kansas State, Michael Beasley was a dog. I mean,
he was. Wait, Dalpois. What if I told you guys, some of you are in the comment section of the Oregon Bowl game. I'm confused. What does that even mean?
He's talking about the Oregon game when Caleb Williams played.
Okay.
And Farouk had a good game. There were people saying how awesome Farouk's going to be. We need to get rid of some of these other guys that are there. And
I was one thinking Farouk was going to be really good.
You were one of those. Correct.
I was wrong.
Yeah, you'd have to have Kareem in there. Jimmer Fredette's
Van Horn was really good.
Jimmer Fredette's a really good one, too.
That Utah team was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
That's where Moser learned under Majerus.
Well, Rick Majerus. That's right. And look, that's a hard question because, Magic. How'd I leave Magic and Larry Bird off that?
There's a lot.
Michael Doliak was with, that's right. Blake Griffin.
Yeah, you can name a bunch. So
there's so many, dude. So many. Yeah, look, I don't want the talk to be all about Farouk. We'll see. Spring game's about 3 months away. We'll see what happens there, but we don't even know if he's going to we don't know what's going to happen after spring.
There's going to be players in their portal. It's inevitable.
Absolutely.
And it's just going to happen all around. It's not just going to be, you know what? I'm not really surprised, but the Michigan thing, did they have anybody enter the portal?
They were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, Jay.
I agree with when that happened, they were kind of screwed, but they didn't, I don't know if they lost anybody in the portal.
Hookham really likes Bobby's list.
I didn't see Bobby's.
I didn't see Bobby's list, but Kareem, Pistol Pete, Russell, Walton, Oscar. It'd be hard to argue those.
Yeah, that'd be hard to argue those 5. Pistol Pete was unbelievable.
Lane.
G Freaky's not portaling.
No, he ain't going anywhere. Not going anywhere.
And Michigan's going to be down. Do you think Michigan will be down?
What?
Michigan will be down this year.
I think Michigan and Bama could be down.
I think people don't give Harbaugh kind of the credit he deserved there.
I agree with that, Jay. I think
Harbaugh's a really good coach. And I know Sharon Moore, but there's a difference between filling in for Harbaugh for a couple games and being the head dog.
Absolutely there is.
Big. How many times has the interim to head coach worked out? Let's just talk about it. How many times has a guy went from interim or an assistant to a head coach and it actually worked out at that school? Name a couple.
There haven't been many, Jay.
There hasn't been a whole lot. Most people leave to go to another school to get to be a head coach. To be promoted within and have a really good team for a 5-year span hasn't happened a lot. Lincoln Riley, Mark, I knew that name would come up. That's one of the reasons I asked it. Listen, bring Lincoln Riley's name up, but after the first year with all of Bob's players, they kind of started to go the other way.
They did.
So,
Jay, Larry Bird, some of the highlight videos of Larry Bird, unbelievable, dude.
I mean, I'm sitting there trying to rack my brain about it, and there's not a whole lot.
Jay Jones, I don't think there's a chance they're better.
I know the basketball guy he's talking about, Ron. They weren't great, though. What was his name? It escapes me. They weren't great.
I thought Roy Williams followed Dean Smith.
No, there was another guy in between. I cannot think of his name right now.
Buzz Peterson?
No. Gosh. What was his name?
Walnut, North Carolina.
What?
Oh, won a national championship, yes.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's similar to Lincoln. It wasn't that long after Dean left, was it? That he won one?
Will Lincoln Riley ever win a natty, Jay?
Never. Where are they going to win a natty at?
Will BV win a natty?
I do think so.
Okay,
but Mess, here we go again. Listen, what happened after Larry Coker went? It's not. I don't think it's sustainable over a long period of time. You may win one right away or early, but then most of these guys we're mentioning, they kind of went the other way. And Coker left Miami.
So we can go back to Farouk, Mark, and I'm going to 100% agree with you, Mark. I absolutely think Farouk can be a great locker room guy. Not going to argue that. And a guy who can get in some. Someone asked if he's better than G Freaky. Yes, I think he is.
Bill Guthridge, that's the one we're talking about, Hunter. And Ryan Day,
you absolutely did miss
Ryan Day, though. I think they've kind of left a lot out there for Ryan Day.
What do you mean?
They should have won multiple titles with Ryan Day. With the talent they have.
Next year with the defense they have,
how many years have they missed the playoffs with Ryan Day when they should be in the playoffs?
They're in it last year.
Purple thinks Farouk is the best wide receiver in Oklahoma.
Jay, they were in it last year. They should have beat Georgia.
They weren't in it last year.
Last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But
they should have beat Georgia. He got conservative and kicked the 52-yarder when they were going down the field on him with C.J. Stroud.
And that's Ryan Day's fault.
Absolutely. But you said when's the last time they were in the playoff?
I'm saying he's missed out on a few years when he should have been because they can't beat Michigan. Who's a better coach, Harbaugh or Day?
Come on, Jay.
Close. Not even close. Can't even talk.
Purple Orca is trying to get me going at the 44-minute mark.
And Eric.
Matt Doherty.
Hey, Eric, how many times did Kanek find himself out of position when led to huge plays? Here's the fact. In this defense with Brent Venables, if a linebacker's out of position, it leads to big plays. And there were many times. And I think that's why his playing time went down a little bit and Kip Lewis and played more. I think that's the obvious reason, right? But Jay, at the same time, it's kind of like, why do you put your head down?
Nothing.
Why'd you put your head
down? I agree with you that's why Kanek didn't play some. He got benched. My problem is, why did Farouk never get benched? That's been my problem all year. He would fumble and they'd try him back out there on kickoff return.
I know. I agree with that. But
Gavin Freeman tried him out there. Kanek got benched.
But also he's kind of in that year two. kind of under that system, I think he's still learning. See this year how if he makes a jump or not. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Kip Lewis actually played both positions last year.
Will Canick start this year, Jeremy? Yes or no?
100% yes.
100%?
That's my opinion. I think 100%? He's the starter. I think he starts with Stutzman. Yeah,
so
Stutzman rotated both.
Hunter's laughing because Hunter
99% then.
Jeremy always bashes the absolutes, and you can't say 100%, and then yet he just says it. I mean, it's
99%. I think he will.
So you think it's Canick and Stutzman day one starters?
I do.
I don't know how you're going to keep Kip Lewis out of there. He's too good.
Okay, but Jay, you talk about that. Kip Lewis could not guard anyone, especially a tight end.
Jeremy did. Okay, are we going to? Let's not go there tonight.
Kip was bad in coverage, Jay.
Okay, but was Canick outstanding?
He was better than Kip.
I don't see any chance with Kip's ceiling that you're going to be able to keep him on the sideline. You're going to have to rotate him in at some point.
They're going to rotate guys, but they're saying that they'll play different positions.
You know what? You know what Kip Lewis has that I think Canick doesn't have? Natural ball hawk instinct. And maybe it's because he played it in high school. But Kip Lewis, somehow, wherever the ball, he's somehow there. I mean,
hey, well, I will say this, Jay.
You can't explain it, but that's what he does.
Canick was a safety and a quarterback in high school, not a linebacker.
And Jeremy.
Second of all, who had 13 tackles, 2 for losses against Texas? It was Jaron Canick.
And Jeremy, you mentioned
Jaron Canick was elite against Texas.
I agree. He had a good game then. I agree. And I think Canick has shown flashes. I just don't think it's been consistent enough yet. And Jeremy.
Well, Kip got benched too late.
Yeah, I mean, they're both very young. They're only sophomores. They were only sophomores. So they're both young. And I think that's one thing that probably goes for OU fans that you can look at and say, maybe the criticalness of some of these guys on defense, linebacker, is we're very harsh on them, but at the same point, I mean, they are super young. You don't see a whole lot of sophomores playing every snap at linebacker. So the thing to me is this year, they're juniors. They got to make as big of a jump as what Danny Stutzman did from his sophomore to junior year. That's what they have to do. They have to make a big jump. What is your floor and ceiling, Jerm? We've talked about this before. I think ceiling for Oklahoma 10-2. I think floor 8-4.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And look, I hope Canick makes the jump like Stutzman made. I think Stutzman thinks he'll make that jump. I know that others have said they expect him to make that jump.
Hey, real quick, Sooner fan. If OU goes 7-5, we got problems. I can't. I know I got to go off for a second. I know it's the first year in the SEC. But 7-5 to me would be a disappointment. What do you mean you hate the floor, Jason?
Jay, it would be a travesty.
It would be bad. That's what I'm saying.
And the other thing is, I saw someone on Twitter, I'm not going to name the name, say, OU.
Say it. Who was it?
I don't remember his exact name, but.
Oh, sure you don't.
OU Weirsey or something. Hey, it said something like, for everyone saying OU's going to be 9-3, please. It's going to be 8-4. And the comment was, they're going to win a lot of games that they shouldn't. And be 8-4?
To me, yeah, I like the look on your face. Look like
if OU wins games they shouldn't, they're going to be 10-2, unless they're implying they're going to lose teams they should beat.
Because somebody right now tell me, if you're going to have 5 losses next year, that means you're going to lose at least one game that's against a bad team. Am I wrong?
Agreed.
Because Texas, Alabama, Missouri, Ole Miss. Give me those 4 teams. If you lose a 5th game, that means you're losing to Tennessee at home, South Carolina at home, or
at Auburn.
At Auburn.
At LSU, at LSU.
Oh, at LSU. That's true. I mean, theoretically, you could say 5, but that's very disappointing. So I think
obviously if Jackson Arnold goes down, that changes things.
And Hookham says, not saying that's happening, but if it did, Jeremy, if it did, there'd be a lot. And listen, you can't have 3 top 5 recruiting classes and go backwards.
No, and I'm looking at Hunter's comment here. You can have 5 losses to pretty good teams. And if OU loses to Texas, Missouri, Ole Miss, Bama, and LSU, that is a major disappointment. I don't care if they beat everyone else on the schedule. That means you lost to Bama at home, and you couldn't win any of the so-called tougher games, which means OU has no business being anywhere near a playoff. And this is the University of flipping Oklahoma, and I have a problem if anyone's happy with 7-5. If you're an OU fan and you're happy with it, then obviously you're not a true OU fan. I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to say. You're not a true OU fan.
I see what you're doing there, Mark, but
call me out.
I see what you're doing there, Mark, but I'm just saying you can't keep getting these where supposedly everybody, as Oklahoma fans says, Oklahoma has to get better on the defensive line. That's where you have to get better. You can't keep getting better on defensive line and recruiting and go backwards. So you can't. And I'm sorry, LSU, they're not going to have quarterback back. So they're going to be good. They have talent.
Nussmeier's back.
Huh?
Will Nussmeier?
I don't care about him. Jaden Daniels isn't.
No, he's not.
And Missouri.
Hey, let me just say this, Sooner fans. If OU goes to Ole Miss, at LSU, lose at home to Bama, on those game days, are you going to be happy? Because I don't think any true Sooner fan would be happy.
Well, there's going to be a lot of unhappy Sooner fans if they lose to Texas, period.
And Sooner fan is exactly right. I can't click his comment. It's not letting me click it. Maybe Hunter can click it.
There it is. He had it up there. About the Sunshine Pumper?
That excuse is – I cannot stand the excuse and say, well, you don't know how bad it was when John Blake was here and they used to have the numbers to line up for special teams. I don't give a rip about 1990s when John Blake was here and they lined up to get the special teams in. I give a rip about this season.
And in purple, let me say this. If OU loses to Missouri and Ole Miss, the NIL factor is going to be thrown out there big time. And
that's true, Jay.
Everybody will be saying, well, you lost Caden Green to Missouri. You lost Williams and Ranieri to NIL.
Their way of doing it is better than your way, BV. That's what's going to come out.
That's what's going to be the narrative. That's what's everyone's going to say.
That's going to be the narrative.
Whether or not you agree with it or not, because I don't agree with the way they're doing it. I don't agree with paying so much more for one player. I don't agree with it. But if it's winning, people are going to come out. It will not be good.
Yeah, it won't be. There's some good stuff going now, but I know it's about time to get off here. I will say again, the fan stop, please check it out. It's on your ticker. You can't miss it. Use the code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Why wait? Do it. Get a classy, nice, soft, beautiful shirt each month of an OU or any team that is on that list. So do that. We'd also like to say we got a lot of things ramping up with softball season coming around the corner this next week. Members only stuff. Again, more of that coming. Be a Sooner Surge Unlimited member. It's $4.99 a month. It gets you in the Discord where we can chat throughout the day and do that. That Hunter will drop that link in next. But also want to say big thanks to, as always, big thanks to Tanya. Tanya, appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Tanya, so much. This would be a cool idea from Sooner fan.
A members only jacket would be a very cool thing.
That we need to look into that. That's a great idea, Sooner fan. Become a member. Thanks again, Tanya, as always. And listen, we got softball in what, 7 days?
We're going to be doing a softball live this weekend.
Correct. So stay tuned for that.
We got a preseason softball video that'll be dropping next week. You don't want to miss it. Some special stuff.
And Monty, people like you that join in every night, to chat with us, to comment. That's what keeps this show rolling. And listen, this is January. We're in February. This is a slow months of Oklahoma football. Okay, wait till we get rolling. Spring game. Y'all have been on here with us daily, nightly, every day. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being on here. We'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a fantastic Farouk Friday. We'll see you till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.